All right, so welcome to another video. Today, I just want to make a video on Microsoft. So we're going to do a little quick analysis on the chart and we'll take a look at it. I mean, there's some news about it going on, not that the news really matters, but we'll take a look at Microsoft because it's got some heat on it. And you got this FTC stuff going on and basically a lot of complaining between, Sony, Activision, Microsoft deal, all this kind of stuff. You can see some headlines here on the bottom, read through them or not. But either way, remember, news is just one part of the puzzle that makes the stock move. It doesn't mean it's everything. Some people are just buying stock because they want to buy some Microsoft shares for their grandkids. So just remember that, hey, if you're thinking it's because of the news, there's other people buying it or selling it not because of the news, for other reasons. Anyways, looking at some of the things that are moving right now regarding Microsoft, you can see it's down like $3 and a quarter. You got Apple, IBM, Amazon, Google. They're all kind of down right now. And if we look at kind of just the bigger scope of some of the companies, you can see Adobe's actually up, which kind of caught my eye. It's very interesting. Ooh, just looking at it, yeah, not too bad. Anyway, everything else is kind of on the down spiral here. So here's Adobe for you real quick. You can see it's kind of popping a little bit, but relative to the stock is $500, and it's had a pretty good run with some nice volume here. So that looks pretty cool. But Microsoft, let's take a look here and peek at the chart. So I want to look at a kind of the monthly chart. I mean, just look at this thing. It's high, it's huge, it's doing well, it's fantastic. From 1986 over here, this thing's just been on a gangbuster run. So when you look at it, it's still, the trend is to the upside. I mean, just look at the flow. So from a long-term perspective, it looks good. Now, this deal probably just a blip in the makings. The one thing I would be a little bit more careful about and things to be cautious about is this resistance level right there. That is one thing to watch out for, because that could create some selling pressure where a lot of buyers back from 2021 or the highs of 2022 could say, hey, I want to get out of it. Now, this has had some pretty nice movements recently, and this nice upswing right here, lows in around between the 210 to 230 range. So we've had some good support in that range. And when you look at this upward move right here, this has been good for the stock. So it's been holding that move. But now as we get into 350, I'd be a little bit more careful here because we could get a slight little pullback for retracement, profit taking, that kind of thing. And that's what could push that stock a little bit lower. But that doesn't mean from a long term, it's a huge sell now, or it's time to short it. It just means, hey, you know what? We could have a normal, healthy pullback. Why don't you go ahead and write in the comments for me what you think, just like some of these other folks did in the past, and let me know your thoughts on Microsoft or what you think could happen here around the 350 level. Now, we already got into it on this recent bar, high of 351.47, and the stock pulled back. So right now, we're just pulling back just slightly here and moving down. So if you look at it kind of on the daily chart, you can see what happened. We've got some extension right here. We've got an extension, little pullback, and then a few down days, a little update, and now again. So we're still just kind of moving a little bit sideways, you could say. But from a trend basis, still looks good for the upside. So anyway, what would be more cautious or scary if we start seeing a crossover, maybe on a moving average? If you start seeing a break price-wise, maybe of around 322, I'd be a little more careful. But that's still, a good 10, 12 bucks from here. So from now, I wouldn't really stress about it, but you probably are stressing a little bit if you are too heavy on the position. So if you got a lot of shares, you got a lot of delta exposure, that could be a problem. Speaking of delta, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I would highly encourage you to check out the Traders Fly channel that we have, which talks a lot more about options and other things related to deltas, the Greeks, and trading a little bit more advanced kind of concepts. Anyways, hope that helps give you a little bit of overview on Microsoft. Other than that, I mean, just got some general news here happening over there with it. But the stock itself is just, it is down for the day, but it's just a light move. I mean, it's kind of normal, healthy overall. So I wouldn't overstress it. Just enjoy your weekend, have a good time, make the most of it. Remember, it's not just about money. It's about living life, enjoying yourself, and making the most of it. So anyways, thanks again. Enjoy the rest of the week, and I will see you next time. Take care.